What it do, what it do. Enough of that, enough of that. What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday for those of you that work, and happy whatever day you wanted to be for those of you that don't. You are now tuned in to, man, the hottest live stream on YouTube, and that is Points Blank Travel. I am your boy, Rod, and we get ready to come up in this thing and see what we got going on. As you can see from the thumbnail, we are going to be talking about something that we always talk about, but we never dive into, and that is credit card annual fees. Notice from the thumbnail, I do have PBT fundamentals, and I have a card up there with no annual fee and a card up there with annual fee. We're going to talk about it. Without any further ado, let me bring myself up in here. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Points Blank Travel. I am your host that sometimes does the most. It's your boy, Rod. And on this channel, we talk about credit. We talk about credit cards. We talk about points, miles, personal finance, cash back, and how to travel around the world or around the country for little or no money out of your pocket. If this is something you're interested in, consider subscribing to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell next to subscribe so you don't miss out on future content. And hit that like button, man. I need at least 25 likes tonight, man. Make me feel like that we're reaching somebody. Somebody's liking. Don't just like it just to be liking it now. Make sure you really and truly like it. With all that being said, man, it is an honor and a pleasure to be here. I see we got two real homies in the house. I am broadcasting from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. If this is your first time here, let me know where you're tuning in from. Now, getting back to these annual fees, man, I'm not going to waste any time. We always talk about annual fees and this annual fee. You hear a lot of people talking about credit limit increases, and you hear people talk about sign-up bonuses. And I want to start dipping and dabbing. What's going on, Benjamin? What's going on, Most Hated Bronze? Appreciate y'all for being here, man. We always hear people talk about no annual fees and all this stuff, but I want to dive into it because what I need people to do is be able to make a rationalized strategic decision when they're looking at these cards, man. We can't just don't do like Rod do and get something in the mail and just get so happy because they say you've been pre-qualified or pre-selected. First, it needs to say you've been pre-approved, and you're still going to have to do a quick application. But before you do any of that, before they pull your credit, before you start getting worried or am I going to get approved? Am I not? Look and see what the annual fee is. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I don't drop no gems. I don't drop no nuggets. I drop boulders. The first boulder of the night. Don't worry about you just saw 2 weeks ago or last week that this card you're looking at had a $95 annual fee. The moment you get ready to apply for this card, go on your phone, go on your iPad, go to the library if it's open, go to Starbucks, go somewhere and Google and look up the card you're thinking about and see, has the annual fee raised? Because I'm telling you, these credit card issuers, man, they don't send no public service announcements when they get ready to raise or increase these annual fees. You just boo-boo. And if it wasn't for the YouTubers and if it wasn't for the bloggers that are putting out articles and people that are talking about it, a lot of us would never know, man. So what I'm going to talk about tonight is some things that I kind of learned, some things I messed up, some things I wish I would have done different early on. So hopefully you don't make the same mistakes that I made. And with all that being said, you know what time it is. Let's roll, baby. Let's get down to business. All right. Let me pull this up. I am going to be sharing my screen here. Let's see what this looks like. There it is. So what is an annual fee? And I like to have these so when people go back and watch the replays, or even if you're here now, you want to go back and look at it, you'll have a reference. You won't just hear me going want and just talking. I like to give you a reference. So what is a credit card annual fee? Now, I didn't used to do this. I used to just come from the dome. I still could do that, but we're all about the viewer experience now on the entire Points Blank network. That's something I wanted to focus more on in 2025. So a credit card annual fee is a fee charged by the credit card issuer that you're required to pay each year to remain a card holder. Please keep in mind, the person when you call, when they do increase the fee, it didn't tell you about it. Little Johnny or little Susie didn't increase the fee. It's the whole company, American Express, Chase, Citi, whoever. Bank of America, they're the ones that raise the fee. So don't get mad at little Johnny or little Susie. Now, this is what I want to talk about right here, real quick. The exact amount varies depending on the level of perks and rewards offered on a specific card. This is why I need y'all to pay attention. Just because the card, yeah, I do have my wallet. And let me look and see. I don't know if I do or don't. If it's still in here, I may have taken it out. I think I did. Yeah, I did. But if I had my American Express Platinum in here, that card is like $500-$600 a month. It don't matter. I mean, a year, because I'm getting ready to get rid of it. I don't care what it is, because I just don't see the benefit. I know in the last 12 months, the annual fee could have been $2, and I don't feel like I received $2 worth of perks on this card. Now, would I normally get rid of a card just because I didn't travel in 24? No, because I may travel in 25, 26, and 27. But what I am seeing is a shift in Rod's life, where I may not travel as much as I used to, or I may not travel like I used to. I may still use the points and miles. I may use a points and miles cash combination. I may use cash only. I'm looking at several different avenues, and I'm slowly bringing them to you, the viewers, so y'all can see. But these fees typically start around $50. $50 if you have an annual fee. There's two types of these $50 annual fees. I want to talk to y'all about this because easily anybody can read this article, but I want to break it down. You know, when you see a cake, all you see is a cake, but I'm about to break it down to the eggs, the milk, the flour, and whatever else, sugar, whatever else you put in the cake. So when you see a $50 annual fee, you're probably dealing with a good or great card from a credit union. I'm thinking of, say, maybe the Navy Federal Flagship Rewards. I know it was $49. They may have changed it. $49 annual fee, and you get a world of perks and benefits. Then you have card issuers that aren't maybe in your best interest. I'm not going to name any companies that'll have a $39, $49 annual fee. You're not getting any perks. You're not getting any cash back. You're not getting nothing but a receipt when you use it. But you are building your credit. So you're getting a little something, but it's many more opportunities. You can get a security card with no annual fee and get some cash back and build your credit. A security card, meaning you're going to deposit $200 to $500, maybe $1,000, and that's your credit limit. And it's not going to have an annual fee. Or even if it has a little, at least you're getting some cash back. So moving on. For example, now, it can go as up to $800 for premium level cards. This is what I was talking about. Just because Rod and Chaz Money Minutes and Sledge and Major Change Group, just because we got platinums, and I'm not saying all these people do, I'm just naming out content creators that I know in the points and miles game. Joe Barreto, just because we have platinum cards, that don't mean everybody in the world need to go get one because you see your favorite content creator, or in my case, you see the people that you wanted to be like. That's what Rod did. I wasn't no content creators. I saw the people that I wanted to emulate. I would be in a restaurant. I saw a well-dressed man, whether it was a brother or whatever, and he may have pulled up in a Benz or whatever, but then when he get ready to pay for his meal, you can hear it. Or even if you couldn't hear it, you could see it say Platinum, American Express. That's why I wanted it. But I didn't know nothing about no annual fees. All I thought was you had to have good credit. You get good credit, you can get a platinum card. I didn't know no fee came along with it. And when I first got my platinum, I want to say it was like $450 or $550. Now it's up to $695 or maybe higher than that. I don't know. But then it didn't make sense for me to have one back when I was looking at the dude with the fly suit in the car because I wasn't traveling. The American Express Platinum card is basically a traveler's card. Airport lounges, hotel elite status, transfer to airlines, all kind of stuff dealing with travel. But I'm not traveling and I'm about to pay $600. Don't make sense. Now, what I could do is find me a $95 annual fee card or no annual fee card that makes sense for my world, build up some cash back, and 2, 3, 4 years down the road, when I've matured a little more, when little Rod is now becoming a little bigger than little Rod, but it's still not quite a man, but I'm doing bigger things, Then I can decide to look at that platinum. Y'all see where I'm going with this? You don't just go get a card. Them annual fees, and we're going to talk about it here in a minute. The annual fee, there's nothing on this planet that I've encountered that can sneak up on you like an annual fee. And what I mean, like, I ain't necessarily talking about your kids sneaking up on you and scaring you, but I'm talking about, everybody remember to pay their cell phone bill. Some people may be like Rod and forget your insurance bill, your rent, your mortgage. But man, it's something about them annual fees. And I'm telling you, the higher the annual fee, the more the inopportune moment when they happen. And them no annual fee where you ain't even looking for them because you got an annual fee. $95, you ain't really tripping. But let those $250, the $350, the $450, the $650, the $950, the $800 ones start rolling in. And here's what happened, man. If you that dude like Rod was, and your credit limit, I want y'all to listen to me. Your credit limit is $1,000 and you ain't used it. You ain't used it, man. Why haven't you used it? You've used it sparingly. You got a little gas, a couple bags of chips, but you're saving that $1,000 on your credit card that you got 11 months ago because you're going on a trip with your college friends or whoever next month or the month after. You get ready to pay for the trip. The trip is, let's say, $920. You got $1,000 credit card. You got $80 to spare. But lo and behold, now the $1,000 and this high fee ain't gonna go together. But let's just say this happens. Right when you're ready to go, that annual fee gonna hit your account, and you're gonna wonder, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna call whoever your friend is. We'll say this case, Lester. I come up with some crazy name. We're gonna call Lester and say, Lester, go ahead and book the trip, man. Let me give you my card number. And then Lester come ahead. Don't let Lester be a good friend. You better hope you barely know Lester because it might be a little easier. But let's say Lester is your homie. Hey, bro, I don't think you going nowhere because your card say decline. It say nope. It say you ain't going nowhere. And you like, what? I ain't even use a card. I got $1,000. How much did the trip go up? Nah, man, it's $920. Well, I got to call them, man. Let me call whoever. Creditcard.com. Let me call it. You get on the phone with them and they say, yeah, Rod, we know you haven't used a card, but guess what? Your annual fee just posted. You have a $500 annual fee and you haven't used your card, so you have a $500 remaining credit limit. The hell am I do with that? The trip, I ain't got no more money. I got 80. I ain't got that. What am I going to do? What am I do with 500? I need another 420 to even go. That's why you got to know. So now, when do you pay the credit card annual fee? I'm going to tell you what this say, and then I'm going to tell you what I do. Let's see if we do the same. Now, y'all, I don't script this stuff. I don't even read it before I go over it. I just see the title. Yeah, I won't talk about that. A credit card's annual fee typically appears on your first monthly statement. Bold alert for the people in the back that don't know, because Rod learned the hard way. Everything I tell y'all, I learned the hard way. Wasn't no YouTuber telling me about it. Is if your card say you got a $250 annual fee and you got a $2,000 limit, when you get your card, soon after, they're going to charge that annual fee immediately, unless it says waive for the first year. So now you ain't got two stacks no more, $2,000 or $2,000. Now you got $1,750 because $250 went to the annual fee. Now, the rest of the time in subsequent years, the issuer will charge an annual fee. Man, I've seen a lot of people prepare for the annual fee in January because that's the beginning of the year, or maybe in December because that's the end of the year. Lo and behold, the annual fee is going to come on your card anniversary, the date, not the day, the date. You got to prove you got your card. What's the date? June 30th? Next June 30th, you're going to have an annual fee. Well, you're going to pay the first one first, right now. And then a year from now, you're going to pay another one, June 30th. So on and so forth. And I just talked about annual fee waiver for the first year. Now, what I like about this, You'll see this clearly when you apply. Not all the time. Don't listen to this hype. Ain't no clearly. Sometimes it'll say it down below, but they kind of want you to see it because they're giving you something for nothing. They're giving you a year membership for free. Now, one thing I like about these, and I don't know if I don't think I've ever taken advantage of this. If I did, I didn't know. With that 1 year waive, they don't give you a year to see how you really use this card. Is this card really going to benefit you? And you typically have 30 days after your annual fee is due to decide if you want to cancel the card. You only had it a year, not going to affect your credit score too much. If this only card I got, I probably wouldn't get rid of it. But if I got 3 or 4 and I'm not getting anything out of it, I've had a year, I'm not getting anything call up. Who knows? They may give you a sign-up bonus. They may give you a retention bonus. They may tell you, Rod, if you stay, we'll give you 20,000 American Express points and 20,000 American Airline miles. You never know. Some people will say they're going to cancel a card and have no intentions of canceling a card. I ain't telling nobody to do that. The people do it. Rod don't do that. If I say I'm going to cancel it, I'm going to cancel. Can you get the annual fee waived? Now, they ain't talking about the one that say when you apply it's going to be waived. They're talking about the one that got a fee and don't say nothing about waived. Can you get it waived? Some issuers also offer discounted annual fees or perks to high value banking or investment customers. Let me talk about this, ladies and gentlemen. I've said it before. God dang it. Y'all see where I am. I'm right here because I'm tired of trying to highlight this. As mentioned, some cards waive your annual fee for the first year. Some issuers also offer, it ain't there, but they offer discounted annual fees or perks to high value banking or investment customers. I'll show y'all because you probably, I don't know how much I have in this wallet, but I'll just use one. I'll use one example. Here's an American Express card right here, a business card, debit card for Points Blank Network. It's not a credit card. Why do I have it? Because exactly what that little sentence says. Not so much now, but I pretty much have I still have them, but I don't do it now. Banking relationships with most of the major cards I have. American Express, I have a business checking, a personal checking, and I think a personal savings. Discover, I have a checking, a savings, and a money market account. Citi, I have a checking account. US Bank, I have a checking account. Why? Somebody told me these were the hard cards to get. Now, going back to this high value banking or investment customers, I did Chase a little different because they said Chase was the hardest of the hardest of the hardest of the hardest. So I put some money in there. I transferred some kind of money. I want to say like 10,000. This was a few years ago. And then I transferred a whole brokerage account over there that had like 30,000. That was in a whole nother brokerage account. So right now, right off the rip, Chase is looking at me as a high value and an investment customer because I just dumped about 40 grand into their institution in one walk. But I wasn't crazy because I know they're going to see what I'm going to do after that. Am I really a high value customer with one deposit? No, man. So I started, and where I would put money over here and over there and over there, I started putting it in the Chase with all intentions of going back and getting it out once I got approved. And I did. I went for the Chase Freedom Unlimited. I went for the Chase Sapphire Preferred. I was over 524, meaning I had been approved for 5 cars in a 24-month period. Got approved, chit-chatted with the banker. They told me that I couldn't be approved because I was over 524. He made a couple calls. They looked at my account, approved like that. I didn't expect it to happen, but it happened. What I'm going to do real quick is let me look at these comments because it's here. Let me look at here real quick. And what's up, Leonica? Okay, we still, man. Well, where everybody at, man? Maybe I won't be going live on Mondays. Anyway, so for the 3 people here, I really appreciate you. We talked about retention offer. That's a reduced annual fee or no annual fee, maybe for that year. Now, all right. I want to read this because I kind of just said this, and this will be available for anybody that's watching the replay or you want to go back and stop and take notes. It'll be available just like you're seeing it now. 2 types of credit cards typically charge annual fees. Starter cards. I just talked about this. Like I said, I hadn't even read this. Starter cards designed for consumers with limited, I don't like to use the word poor credit, so I'll use the words challenge credit. Why? Because in order to get started, they're going to charge them a fee because they know a lot of people want to prove them. Same thing with a vehicle, with a car. If you're a first-time buyer, you're probably not going to get no 4.9 or 6.9 or whatever it is now because all the interest rates went up. They're going to probably hit you around, it could be 14 to 18% because the higher the risk, the higher the interest. This is your first vehicle, your starter car. So they're going to hit you with a higher rate. Don't make sense to me. Now, I ain't never understood this. If I got somebody, this is just raw. If this was the raw bank, if I got somebody applying and they done told me, and I'm looking at their report, and they done told me all the issues they had in life, and they still having some, and I'm doing my own financing, why am I going to charge them some crazy interest rate, risking the fact they may not be able to pay when I can lower their rate because I'm doing my own financing? They don't work like this everywhere now. Some people do in-house financing. I can charge them 6% and not be greedy. That'll lower their payment. Tell them what I'm doing so they're more apt to pay me my money because they could be paying 15.9, but I'm hooking them up with 6.9 and I'm going to get my money. I ain't got to worry about nobody defaulting because I could tell you, man, from experience and from being that person and seeing many people when I was in the car business. When people hear part of the word approve, they lose their mind. Their eyes get bigger than their pockets. Their car is bigger than the garage. They ain't thought nothing about what they may or may not have to give up to even afford this car because what? They're living in the moment, baby. They're living in the moment. I got this car and it may be new or pre-owned, but if it's pre-owned, it's new to them. It is new to them. Let me turn this ring off. Anyway, looking at this, man, when you get that car and you hear that approved, that's cool, but you have to take a moment to breathe, to think. What do I really need to think about? Can I afford this car? Oh, you may be able to afford the $250 per month. And yes, I'm going to tie this back to annual fees. You may be able to afford the $250 a month, but are you able to afford the gas to and from work? Are you able to afford the gas if you and a significant other or the family go out on the weekends? The insurance. Does it need new tires and all this stuff if it's pre-owned? And the other card that have annual fees is travel reward cards that offer various perks and benefits just because it may not just offer travel rewards. It could offer other things that aren't travel and still charge an annual fee. So keep that in mind. Now, I just said this, and I'm gonna read it again. If you have limited or challenge credit, you may need to pay an annual fee in exchange for having a security card and building your credit. Yeah, but there's some out there where you don't have to pay. Look at Discover. Look at Bank of America security card. There's some out there that you may not pay. You have to pay an annual fee. All right, when is it worth paying an annual fee? Without reading this whole big old paragraph, it is worth paying an annual fee. And this is where you may need your notebook and your pencil. I'm going to say it more than once. I'm going to say it, explain it, then I'll say it again. When it's worth it is when you're effective. We're going to add another word to that. You have annual fee, 2 word. Now we're going to make it a third word and make it a 3-word little phrase. Effective annual fee. Well, what is effective annual fee, Rod? It's your annual fee minus the perks equals effective annual fee. And I'll give you a quick example. If your annual fee is $100 or $99 with an airline credit card, and typically most of them, like I'll say, use American Airlines, they let you and there's so many people. I want to say up to 8 people, or they may have changed it to 4. That's on your itinerary. They can also get bags checked for free. Prices could have changed, but I'm trying to just keep even numbers so everybody can understand this. So let's say Rod is going with his significant other and one of his grandchildren and one of his significant other's nieces or nephews or whatever. So now we got 4 people and everybody got their bag. I tried to get it all in one bag, but for some reason, the 2 adults had to have 2 bags, and the little kids wanted their own bag. They do what they emulate what they see. We're up to 4 bags. A bag is typically one way, $30 with American. 30 times 4 is $120. That's one way. We got to get back. We ain't gonna leave our bags there. You come back, that's another $120. That's $240. So if my annual fee is $100, $99, $100. And I get free checked bags in one trip. We ain't even started the year. I took this trip in February. I saved $240. 100 minus 240. My effective annual fee is going to be negative 240. If there's a negative before the number, it's a negative to them, but to you it's a positive. It's not going to be negative 240. It's going to be 100 minus negative 240. It's going to actually be negative 140. Because you had to pay that $100, but you've already still pocketed $100. Then you take 2 more trips, just you and the significant other, and they just keep piling up. That's when it's worth possibly paying. If it's just to have a card to say you got it to flex, it's not worth it. All right, we got through that. This is one thing I want to talk about here, man. I want to talk about, and they may talk about, but I'm gonna get ahead of the game. All right, many cards without an annual fee don't award points at the same rates as cards with the annual fee. For example, the no annual fee Capital One Venture One Rewards card earns 1.25 miles per dollar spent, while the $95 Capital One Venture earns 2 miles per spent. That makes more sense. You're paying, they're gonna give you more miles. Okay, I'm paying you ain't, they ain't giving it to you. You're paying for it. You're paying a $95 annual fee to get 0.75 more miles with each dollar spent. Now, what I want to talk about with that annual fee, if you're getting a card and they tell you you can convert points or miles to cash back, you have to understand the conversion rate. This is going to go a lot of the times, man. I'm going to trip y'all out. The cards with the annual fees, the high annual fees, are typically the cards that give you the worst redemption value when it's from points to cash. Let me explain what I mean. When I get a Discover, my 5% is 5%. When I use City Custom Cash, my 5% is 5%. When I use my Chase Freedom Unlimited or my Freedom Flex, 5% or 5 times the points is just that. 1 point equal 1 cent. Every card I just named has no annual fee. However, if I use a card such as the Venture card with a $95 annual fee, and I want to redeem my miles for cash, they could have changed it, but I'm going to get 0.6, the same with American Express, 0.6, not even a full cent per point. So I'm giving up almost half. I'm giving up 40% of my money, and I'm paying an annual fee. This is stuff this article is not breaking down. That's why I like to take an article and kind of dissect it. And I like to do it on the fly. I don't like to script it and plan it and all that. Because 9 times out of 10, if I do that, I'm going to talk myself out even doing the live on it. Because I'm like, I don't know if I want to talk about that. That may be too much, blah, blah, blah. All right, I'm not gonna now. One thing I want to talk about, a lot of times, and we're still talking about annual fees, but we're talking about things you need to know that's going to really help you understand why you're paying an annual fee. A lot of credit card issuers will use the word points even when they're talking about cash back. Take, for example, the Chase Freedom Unlimited, the Chase Freedom Flex. They both earn ultimate reward points. 1 point equal 1 cent. However, all I can do with those two cards is redeem those points for cash back. But if I have one of the Sapphire cards, the Sapphire Preferred or the Sapphire Reserve, which I had a preferred in my wallet right now and it's on the thumbnail, I can transfer those points that are only cash back with the Freedom Flex and the Freedom Unlimited. I can transfer them on my phone, on a laptop, on a notebook, or iPad, over to my Chase Sapphire Preferred, and then I can transfer it to travel partners like Hyatt and Marriott and United and Southwest and some international carriers. And I can also use the Chase Travel Portal with the Sapphire Preferred. So keep in mind types of points. Don't think because you got a Chase card that earns ultimate reward points that you can use those points for travel. You have to have one of the Sapphire cards to make this work. That's another bold I just said before. All right. Now, a lot of times when you pay these annual fees, I'm going to tell you right now, these three right here, and it's more than this, Hyatt's one of them. These cards have an annual fee, but they pay for themselves. How many times do you see an offer, use this coupon and your drink is like this little whatever sparkling ice is $1.75, but if I use my coupon, it's only 75 cents. Almost it halfway paid for itself. Same with these cards right here, ladies and gentlemen. Marriott Bonvoy Balance card. It's got a $95 annual fee, but you get a free night every year up to 35,000 points. I'm not a fan of that. Can you get some hotels for that? Yes. Can you get some nice ones? Yes. You have to search a little harder because, in my opinion, Marriott properties cost a little more. Hilton properties are up there. However, they also give you great earning potential with the card, whether you have the regular card, the Surpass card, or the Aspire card. Let's look at this here. Hilton Honors American Express, $550 annual fee. That's for the Aspire card. Look at what you get. You get up to $200 biannual Hilton Resort statement credit, up to $400. So you can do it twice a year, up to $400. You already done made, if you use it, $550 minus $400, your effective annual fee is $150. And whoever wrote this left a DI, and up to $200 airline fee credit each year. A $200 airline fee. So now, even though a lot of people say, man, I ain't paying no $550 annual fee, look at what we're getting. We're getting some credits at this Hilton Resort. We're getting us a little airline credit for the flight to this resort and a free night reward with your new card every year after renewal on your card anniversary. You may want to check because this didn't say anniversary, so I would look at the American Express paperwork. But look, so now, I'm going to tell you, and I know some people that use it, and every time they use it, I ain't going to say every time, but a lot of time, y'all, they didn't stay at the Hilton. They didn't stay at the True by Hilton. They didn't stay at the Garden Inn or whatever. It might be Marriott. I don't know. They stayed at the, not the Ritz-Carlton. What's that other one? Ritz-Carlton is Marriott. Man, I'm going to think of it in a minute. It's one of them high hotels. I think it's the one that they stayed in and Coming to America. I'll think of it in a minute. But y'all, so just because you see this high annual fee, what do you get? And then the Southwest card, it's got a $99 annual fee, but every year they're going to give you 6,000 points toward a flight every year. Every year. Flight might cost 10,000 points. And in reality, it'd be a $300 flight. I mean, you halfway there. Man, I cannot think of the name of that. Y'all, somebody help me. I'm about to get to these comments. I can't think of the name of that hotel. I'm not going to go over access and your benefits. Y'all can read that. I'm not going to necessarily, I'm going to see if I did agree or disagree with this. And I'm going to give you my opinion. What are some of the best cars with no annual fee? I'm going to tell you what I really think. Because sometimes these people will put in their articles who they're sponsored by. Chase Double Cash. Best for everyday spending. I totally disagree with that. And I'm going to probably tell you a card that I will use instead. Chase Double Cash. What I don't like about this card is, and I got it right here, y'all. It's right here. It's right here on my desk where it's probably going to stay. I can't spend it. It ain't in my mobile wallet, but here it is, right here. Here it is. This card here gives you 1% cash back when you purchase and 1% cash back when you pay. All right, yeah, in theory, that's 2%, but damn. I don't want my money sliced up like a pile. Like I'm a little kid. I'm gonna give you some later, so whatever. I want all my money right now. I don't own the company, so I wouldn't just say they one of the best one with no annual fee. So I'm marking them off. That's why it's on my desk. City Freedom Unlimited, best for flexible cash rewards. With the Freedom Unlimited, you can get 5 times the points. You'll see the little Steph Curry. What's that little dude named Kevin Hart, man? They got some other basketball player. 5 times the points when you book on the Chase Travel Portal. You also get 3 times the points for dining. And I want to say, what do you call them places? Drugstores. I don't know why I can't think of it. I still can't think of the Astoria, Waldorf Astoria. That's where these people stay there with their Hilton free night credit. The Waldorf Astoria. I don't even know what it looked like. I know what it looked like in Coming to America. Y'all, I'm points blank travel. I ain't never stayed in no damn Waldorf Astoria. I barely can pronounce it. You know, I'll be up in there. They be talking about, hey, do you want Grey Poupon on your side? No, man, I ain't got no regular yellow mustard. You know, the kind that say French's or it might say Kroger. I don't know what it's going to say, but I just want some yellow money. I ain't been no damn Waldorf Astoria. All right, moving on. Freedom Flex. I'm going to tell you. Second quarter, I didn't get a chance to use mine because it was Amazon and streaming services. But in my opinion, the Freedom Flex, it's almost the best. It's the best one rotating category credit card for travel because I can put it over to my other. Capital One Saver card. I like that card because you get cash back for dining and entertainment. Entertainment is broad. I think that is a good one. I don't have it. Now, Capital One Venture One, yeah, because you can get it best for airline transfer. I don't like their transfer partners, so I don't know about that. I don't like their, because they got all the people that I ain't gonna never use. Like, I feel, I can't even remember who they got. I may have to pull it up, but I ain't gonna never use them probably. And then Capital One Quicksilver Cash Card, you get 1.5% cash back. It's good for beginners. It's good for beginners because there's a high possibility. Now, I think this one also, the Chase Freedom Unlimited, give you 1.5% back, but they may not give you if you're a beginner. But Capital One is pretty cool. So I would say, yeah. People sleep on these two. They sleep on Bank of America. This Travel Rewards credit card, I probably wouldn't mess with them because I think you get a better deal with the Chase. Now, Chase just absolutely hate you and you absolutely hate Chase. Bank of America, what's my favorite word? Options, baby. That is an option. But this card right here, this customized cash card, I get that before I get to travel because I can take my cash rewards and still use that and travel anyway. I didn't like when I looked at the Bank of America Travel Rewards portal. So let me see if they got anything else. The best card that I think is not even on here. And if Sledge Inc. team is in here, he know what I'm about to say. And that's the City Custom Cash Card. Why? 0 annual fee, and I control where I'm getting my 5%. I'm controlling whether it's online, whether it's at the gas station, whether it's at the grocery store, whether it's at the restaurant, because it's going to give me 5% cash back on what I spent money the most that particular billing cycle. Just makes sense, man. All right, moving along, man. Should you get a no annual fee version of a card? Yeah, if you ain't gonna use the annual fee version, yeah. Or better yet, y'all, bolder alert. When you get ready to cancel your credit card that's 250, 354, 56, 50, always see if there's a no annual fee version of that card. I'm gonna tell you who's pretty good. Now they don't have no annual fee, American Express Platinum and Gold and Green. But a lot of their cards do have like the everyday preferred card, $95 annual fee, you earn membership reward points. American Express Everyday Preferred. The American Express Everyday, no annual fee, you just earn less points. Same with the American Express Blue Cash Everyday card, no annual fee. And then you got a Blue Cash Preferred where you can earn 6% cash back at grocery stores. Then they got all the other stuff you get like TSA pre-check. And I think that's it, man. This was a lot longer than I expected, and I did a lot more talking than I expected because I want people to know when you're, there it is. Thank you, Eddie. I want people, I couldn't think of that Waldorf for sure. I want people, when you, it's more than annual fees than looking at a number and saying yay or nay. And the first rule of annual fees and credit cards, y'all, this is the very first rule. Do not, DONOT, try to keep up with the Joneses. And what I mean by that, I don't care what credit card Rod got. I don't care what credit card Sledge and the other content creators got. Joe Barreto and Call Me Lonnie. It might not benefit me. I need to get the cards that work for me. Now they got companies out there. If you want to make your card that's no annual fee and it's a Discover card, look like a boss, you can do that. If you're into that, I'm gonna show y'all an example. This is a no annual fee card, but it looked like I get more compliments off this card than any card I get. This is a regular old everyday Discover card. Probably got like a $2,000 limit. Y'all see that? It's got my initials, RT. I'm a boss. No, this is a no annual fee card with Discover. You can get it. They got all kind of designs. I got the same card, y'all. This is the same account. I want to show y'all this, man, so y'all see I'm serious. Let me see. I'm trying to look at it. 2 Discover cards. One got up with. This is crazy. Yeah, one got my initials on it, and one got a puppy I was thinking about getting. Same account number, same card. Discover let you get 100 of them, but you have opportunities. So don't try to keep up with the Joneses. When you get a credit card and you're looking at annual fees, does it work for you and your family? That's the key. Now, I'm going to look at these comments and see what's going on. Don't look like there's a lot of, man. Is it a ball game on tonight? I do basketball, football hadn't started. Maybe baseball. Maybe, I don't know, something going on. I think I started my live a little late, but or later. I'm thinking about making these earlier. I did post a post today for the channel members. If you're not a channel member, you may want to consider doing so because I got a whole gang of posts that I'm going to be posting with articles with various deals that I won't be doing a video on, but it's got great information. Today I posted the 21 best all-inclusive resorts worldwide. I think membership starts at like $199, $299, something like that. But you'll get more value than these $2 or $3 that you're spending every month. So I did send it out to the members today. Man, I guess this card ain't meant to be in there because for some reason I can't get it back in my wallet closed. Anyway, so just because I come up with a topic, y'all, we can talk about, oh, I see what's going on. We can talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. Credit related, credit card related, points, miles, cash back, what I think the worst card is, what I think the best card is. If I don't know something, we can look it up together. The only reason I'm looking down, I'm trying to get my wallet there situated. All right, so let me see. We got my man here, Power God up in the house, says salute and flex and all that to everyone. Fire is lit. Happy Monday, everyone, coming from some dude named Points Blank Travel. And then we also have Benjamin saying, hello, Rob, what's going on? We got Leonica, what's going on? And says, hey, Rod. And Leonica, do you got another channel with like an initial or something? I think I saw you in a live. I thought it was you. Looked like the same little, what you call that little thing, profile. And Edward, what's up? Said, what up, fam? What's going on? And then he said, speaking to Leonica, And speaking of bronze, salute. I like that. I'm just gonna start saying that bronze. Hey, what's up, Devin? Devin's a channel member in the crib. Devin, I did post an article today. I don't know if you're looking at taking any trips. And Eddie let me know if that was a Waldorf Astoria. Now, one question, man, that I want to ask, and we're talking about annual fees. And for the 6 real homies that are in here, I can't see who is in here unless you put a comment. Where's a place or a trip or a hotel that you're aspiring to go to or stay at, or you never could see yourself doing this, and now that you're learning points and miles and cash back and becoming a guru, do you have any I don't like to say no bucket list, because it just sounds like you're about to leave, like for good. So do you have any plans on your life list of a place that you want to go during your lifetime? I don't like to say no bucket list, because I don't like saying that. But anyway, and let me start off the party. Like, I've been around the world, and I stayed in some nice hotel in Dubai. I don't remember the name of it because this was before I was in all this. I stayed in a nice hotel in Hong Kong, same scenario. But I would love to stay in a 4 or 5 star hotel in, I'm gonna name 3 places that I would love to stay in a top. This is something I want to do because I didn't do it. I had opportunities, but I didn't. Number 1, I want to stay in Australia, Sydney to be exact, in a top-notch hotel. Number 2, I want to stay in Tokyo, Japan, because the last time I was in Tokyo was early to mid 2000s, and the technology was almost where it is today here back then. So I want to stay in a top-notch hotel in Tokyo, a top-notch hotel in the first place in Sydney, and the last one, I want probably 2. No, I don't know if I can survive that long. Even if, I don't care if we go with significant others, I don't care if I go with the homies, I don't care if I go with significant others, the homies and the friends. This place here is the party place of all party places. I don't care if you don't even party, some kind of way you're going to find yourself in the middle of a party. And that is, now where I went, it's a place called Pattaya and a place called Phuket. I went to 2 different places. But I didn't go to the capital. And these 2 places were supposedly nothing compared to the capital. And that is the country of Thailand. I want to stay in one of these top-notch hotels because I can't imagine. Because your money, the American dollar go a long way over there. So in regular places, you getting like 5-star service in just regular places over here where we look at somebody even speak to us or acknowledge us. So if I am going to be paying a high annual fee for a card, I want to be working my way. I'm doing it a little different now because I have different strategies, but I want to stay. Now, the only issue I'm having, I've been to all these places I just named, except Bangkok. I've been to Sydney, I've been to Tokyo, I've been to Thailand. I don't know if I could stomach this long flight, man. I don't know if I could stomach this long flight, 15, 16, 12 hours. And I know Tanya and Timmy from Event Yours just came back from Greece. Now, when I went to these places, it took, from where I was to get to Thailand, it took 2 weeks. From where I was to get to Japan, it took about 30-some days. And to get to Sydney, I mean, we was at the bottom of the earth, and I still didn't figure this out because, the earth is round and Australia is at the bottom. And I was there. I don't know how, but I forgot how many days. It was like 45 days to get over there. So here I am saying I can't fathom the thought of taking a 16-hour flight, yet I've taken 30 days a month to get to places. Well, when you're on a ship, for those cruisers out there, there's various things to do. You after 30 days, you're still gonna get bored and tired and ready to get off that ship. But flying in a plane for 16 hours, man, I would probably go bananas. I'd probably be can't do that now. But back in the day, I would have been up there knocking on the door trying to see if I can sit up there with the pilots or something. Entertain me. But anyway, I'm just curious, man. And I see, man, we got a non-participating crowd tonight. I'm just curious. Okay, Benjamin. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Fanny in the house. What's up, Fanny, man? Fanny made it up in here. Fanny a content creator too. She just trying to tell me she ain't. But she funny too, man. Y'all see her on. I ain't. Yeah, I let her put her own stuff in the comments she want, but everything she on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, that is just hilarious. Rod, have you had a chance to use the CCP program on American Express Plan card? What in the heck is this? What is the CCP program, man? I don't know if I have or not. I don't know. I can't say I have, Ben. You got to break that down, man. Here, let me just. Why am I ain't gonna wait on you? I'm gonna look it up myself. MX, and I probably do. It might just be some CCC program. Oh no, that ain't CCP. Is it CPP? Is it the cruise privileges program? No, man. If that's what you're talking about, if you're talking about the cruise, then no, man. Because I only been on one cruise. And I don't need nothing. If that's what you're talking about, but let me know, Benjamin. And Fanny said, no long flights for me either. Just beautiful water on the beach. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. But one thing I noticed. Some of the baddest things I've seen in my lifetime was a long way away from America. I mean, I've been to the Pacific. I've been to the Pacific in cruise privilege. Okay, so CPP. What did you put here? You put CCP. That threw me off. So it's actually CPP. Okay, cruise privilege. No, I haven't. I've only been on one cruise. And I probably won't have a car by the time I go on another cruise. I'm not paying no $6.95. All right, so thinking about this water on the beach, man. I've been to the Pacific in San Diego, LA, Redondo Beach, Venice Beach, Mission Beach in San Diego. But man, if you want to see a beach, man, go to the beaches and just like in the Caribbean where the water all blue, green, and turquoise or whatever color they call that, and you can see the fish swimming, or you're laying in some white sand or some black sand. I was in Miami watching the sun come up and on the beach, and man, that was pretty dope. I don't know if it was white sand, it looked white, but I had a rough night that night, so I don't know what color it really was. But it was just cool. But I like what Fanny said, just the beach. And a lot of people, man, they don't want to take the time to get there. I'm one up. I don't care about what you call them things, road trips. Hell no, it take too long. And then all the people I done rode with on road trips don't be wanting to stop. Anybody ever experienced that? They talk about a road trip, but they don't want to stop. There ain't no damn road trips, and we in a car driving across America. Now, a road trip in Roswell, and I did this one time. I was going from Cali to Texas, and I stopped at every Harley Davidson dealership in every city and got me a T-shirt. And back then I had a Harley, and it'll say Harley Davidson Albuquerque, Harley Davidson Phoenix, Harley Davidson Tucson, wherever I was. But it was fun, man. I don't know what happened to them shirts either because I ain't wear them. They probably in my garage, and I ain't gonna never wear them because probably might be spiders in them or something. But that's a road trip, so I just be want to get where I'm going. I agree with this comment. I just want to be on the beach. I don't want to. No, then I'll be riding with people. Man, hey, I need to use the restroom. Well, we 40 miles to the nearest restroom. No, we ain't. We 40 feet. All you gotta do is pull over. I can get in them bushes up. What you mean 40 miles? That's all I can do is shake my head, man. The people I ride with don't want to stop. So I'm a ride in something that I ain't got to worry about it because it can't stop in midair, and that's an airplane. We ain't going to stop, but we're going to get there a whole lot quicker. 26 hours in a car from Cali to Texas, and people telling me they don't want to stop. Man, ain't no way in hell. And then get what? I don't know why I ain't been smart enough to take my own damn car. And then, well, I know why, because everybody will be mad at me. Because I'm going to stop I'll probably stop every hour. Oh, man, I saw this on National Geographic. There's Pete's Bait Shop. I ain't never heard of it. I just want to stop and get out of the car and stretch my leg. Man, I saw this on Sesame Street. I be making up all kind of stuff, man. Anyway, man, what was that? Hey, JR said, hello, everyone in the chat. How's everyone doing tonight? I know I'm doing well, man. Yeah, even though you ain't that, then you ask everybody, man, but I ain't gonna even mess with you, JR. Crew privilege program, no, I already answered that. Hello, Rod, how you doing tonight? I don't know, man. Let me let all these other people know I'm doing good, man. Kind of big. I had a busy day. Y'all had a busy day and didn't accomplish nothing. Y'all ever had those days? Like I had a busy day in my mind, but in reality, when it came to putting the rubber to the road, my plan when I woke up today, at whatever time it was, 11 12, whatever time I woke up, was to edit a video, which I didn't do, record another video, 2 of them, I didn't do that, and do a live stream, I did that. What I did in between that other time, I went to Kroger and realized that the Starbucks wasn't there no more. Anyway, I just didn't do nothing. All right, Devin says, I am busy because I am leaving for New Jersey tomorrow afternoon because a close aunt who passed. Yes. Oh, man, Devin, you be having some news, man. So you busy. What you busy doing? Packing? Man, sorry to hear that, Devin, man. Sorry to hear that, man. Prayers to you and your family, man. Yeah, CJR said too, man. First time in our life, me and JR Hill agreed on anything. Sorry to hear about your Aunt Devin. Oh, your Aunt Devin, master. I thought you were saying Aunt Devin. Got me reading like I was talking about the profile. I did 13 cities in 3 days in Cali. That was, wait, whoa. That say Cali? Man, I need to click these glasses. 13 cities? What, in a car? In a car? Fanny, if you still in here, you was in a car, then yeah, I probably would have too. We probably would have got about 8 because I'd have stopped. Them other 5 wouldn't have happened. I'd have had to stop, man. You know what? Another I noticed too, man. It used to work when I was a kid, but it stopped working when I was an adult. When you tell somebody you gotta go to the restroom when you're a kid, they'll stop. Not people when you're an adult. Hold it. Hold it. I got a bad bladder. I got to keep my Amex Platinum as long as annual fee under $1,000. Okay, I hear you. You gonna keep it? No, man. I ain't even going nowhere, man. The closest I'm getting to the lounge is my driveway. I'm in the Rod lounge, sitting in my driveway, looking at all. Do y'all know, man? If you ever want some unwanted attention, get you a chair from Walmart, one of them kind that come in a bag that you fold up when you go to the park or the ball game, and just sit in your driveway, man. But you got to do it for about a month, not every day, not all day. And you just have some random ass people start stopping and asking you, hey, you all right? Or, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. I don't know if I feel like I'm on Mayberry with Andy Griffith in my, yeah, man, I'll tell you. Let me get through some of these comments. Uh-oh, here it is. Here it is. What has Devin done since the last live stream? Devin got a $2,500 CLI or credit limit increase this morning. Man, if I'd have went live last night, it wouldn't have happened, Devin. You got it this morning, man. Which card, man? You know, inquiring mind want to know. But y'all, so I'm sitting in my driveway the other day, and this dude just walk up, trying to sound all intelligent, because I be out there in my driveway. I be trying to look like a bomb, so won't nobody mess with me. Like, I look like a Crayola box. I may have a purple shirt and some lime green pants. I look like one of them Nihilators. I don't know if y'all remember when they mixed them up and made 2 flavors into one. Because I don't want nobody to bother me. So this dude came up, said, sir, do you mind if I ask, why are you always sitting out here? What do you be doing? I said, minding my business. And I was serious. I ain't cursing. I said, I just be minding my business, man. I said, I be out here thinking about deep stuff, man, you know. I said, one day I was sitting, and I forgot what I said. And I said, but I just be out here, man. I do my most thinking out here, man. And then he told me, I said, how old are you? He said, 19. Then he started he got religious on me and everything, which wasn't bad, but I just wasn't ready for that, man. Even though it was Sunday, maybe that's why he did it. I don't know. Yep, I'm always busy doing nothing. No, you always busy doing something. You stay gone, man. You don't know about that busy doing nothing now. I'm telling you, man. I am the master of getting up, walking past everything I need to do and find myself at the front door sitting outside the driveway. Nobody does it better. Nobody on this planet. I am the master of procrastination. Rod, you gonna wash the clothes? Yeah, man. I'm gonna wash them when I get out of my last pair of underwear, knowing I got about 15 pair in my drawer, but then it might be 12 pair that need washing. You know, I'm just saying, they ain't really happening. I'm just using an example now. Y'all be judging. In a car, oh, hell no. But I got it. I'm going to be driving. I'm going to be driving. All right, man, let me see what we at here. I'm about to get ready to get. All right, see, Fanny said they stop every time. Yes, I have never. You've never. Sorry. I'm assuming you never booked. I have with points, because in points, like with cash, is different. You try to book it the day before, you better hope ain't nobody else flying, because that's usually when the ticket can be high. I think they used to say you had to do it 21 days or farther out to get a good price. But with points, my luck. I can say I'm going, today is Monday, and say Wednesday, I want to fly somewhere. With points, it's going to be the same price of the flight on Wednesday as it is next Wednesday or 4 Wednesdays from now. So that's the beauty of points and miles. See, they stop every time. I need to ride with y'all then. Y'all knew what you meant, bro. I need to ride with Fanny and them. They stop every time. The people I ride with don't stop, man. They always bring some food I want to eat, man, you know. All the stuff on, like, that will be packed up. Then they won't let me stop and get in there. They be treating me like a kid, man. Either you gonna eat what we got or you ain't gonna eat. This used to happen. This was like 10, 15, 20 years ago. This wasn't last week. I don't do no road trips more. I do airplane trips. I'd rather get a bag of them stale, what they get, them pretzels. I'd rather get a bag of stale pretzels at least and not stop and get there in 2 hours than I would be riding. I rode from here to Houston, man. I thought we weren't gonna never stop, and that was like 4 hours. I said, man, am I gonna ever get there? And this is back in the day, and I'm going to a surprise birthday party, and all I wanted was a bag of ice, because I had a feeling where I was going wasn't no ice, because there was too many people there. Even if it was somebody, they didn't use it though. It was like 70 people there. I was told we was on a time schedule. How the hell we on a time schedule for a surprise birthday party and we got the guests with us? Hey, it make no sense. So whatever time we get there, when they gonna yell surprise, can I get my ice? Boy, I almost caught a charge. I was like Mr. Bell, almost caught a case behind. So your community bread rewards Americans. I think I asked you this before, man. What kind of card? I know my community is with they Hillsburg and Zales. Bread, is that a jewelry store? I know. So Devin, school me, man. Like where I'm from, they call money bread. They used to. I don't know now. I think it's chicken or lasagna or something now, but they used to call it bread. So what the hell is this bread? Is that a jewelry store where you live? Okay. All right, y'all, man. It's the last call. We've been on hell, yeah. It's about time for me to go. 1 hour and 4 minutes, man. Trying to keep these real short. I do want to make an announcement. I was hoping this individual was in here. They may be in here. But I would, at the bottom right here, let me make sure. Y'all can see it said Rod. I don't even know what that thing between the rod and PBT called. That vertical line, whatever that's called. Bread Financial. Okay. I know it. See, I know my stuff, man. Because I know community is what the most luxurious store. All right, so y'all may want to tap in at Points Blank Travel. Because I am going to be dropping either tonight or tomorrow a promo reel and a story. Because could anytime after July 12th. It's going to say coming soon because we haven't nailed down a date. But I am going to be collaborating. Haven't decided if I'm going to do on my part a multicast on Points Blank Experience and Points Blank Travel, because some of it will be dealing with travel. However, I'm going to be teaming up, collaborating with one of the best content creators out there. We have different styles, but a lot of like styles, and I can't wait. I've worked with them before. And stay tuned, man. Yeah, I hear you. I'm reading Benjamin's comment, man. I'm about to get out of that comment. Now, JR, man, between you and Devin, man, y'all been rolling with me the longest, man. And y'all never cease to mess me up, man. Devin got the bread card, and I knew it had something to do with some money, and now we find out it's called Bread Financial. See, I knew one day a change was gonna come, man. I knew it. Bread Financial. I like that, man. I might look into that. And then, JR, you been here the whole damn time. You gonna catch the replay? But you can, man. That just helped me out. Hey, y'all notice I got my man up here, Muhammad Ali, the champ. Champ is here. Why does Motivate got this? Hell, I think we was in Denver. We was somewhere, man. This card is kind of like the everyday card. Okay. What's the famous slogan? Don't leave home without it. That is American Express reward card. And I used to believe that. Well, first they did have a couple slogans. It should have been when they first came out with it, don't leave home without it if you can get it. Meaning, if you're lucky enough to be approved for one, then don't leave home without the one you got approved for. That's what they should have said in the slogan, but that took too long. So I'm going to say a new slogan, don't leave home without it as long as the annual fee is not out this world. Because to go from $450, I know it's inflation and all that, man, but y'all, my car went up $100 and they told me about some Equinox, whatever. Some gym I ain't never even seen. I ain't seen one in Dallas big as hell. They probably got it up where I don't live. They ain't got one. I went down every major street in Mansfield, Arlington, Texas. I ain't seen no damn. I saw 24-hour fitness one. I saw a bunch of Planet Fitnesses, but they was tucked in shopping centers. They probably used to be 7-Eleven or something. I don't know. And then I saw this big old thing by my crib called Lifetime Fitness. It's about a whole block long. But I ain't seen nothing about no Equinox. And so they charge me for $100 a year annual fee on something I can't even find. Now, this is another thing too, man. I'm going to try if it happens again. I hope it don't. But the next time that I'm not able to be mobile, meaning I can't go nowhere and I'm stuck and ain't nobody outside and I can't travel like it was a couple of years ago, I think they should give me some of my annual feedback, man. All this stuff is travel related, but I can't go nowhere because we were doing something with a word called acute. Started with acute. You got to be careful with YouTube how you talk about this stuff. They ain't too happy about it all the time, but we couldn't go nowhere because people were sneezing and stuff, you know. So, but then nobody sneezed me none of my annual fee money back. That's what I don't understand. Oh, that's your favorite, Ali. See, which one you like, Fanny? You like the one with Will Smith? You like the one with Bumpy Johnson when Cassius? Oh, I mean, he kind of looked like him. I like the fact he ain't trying to sound like it, but he just and Will had the voice. At least they ain't get nobody like Wesley Snipes to play him, you know, that didn't look nothing like him. At least the dude over Godfather Harlem looked like him, may not sound like it, and Will kind of look like him, but definitely sound like. But could you imagine like Ving Rhames, you know, or the dude that played in the Green Mile being Muhammad Ali? I mean, they bad, they big, but they just wouldn't look right. But yeah, man. Yeah, the champ is here. I might just go start getting me a bunch of Muhammad Ali shirts. All right, man. So last call. Okay, you like the Will Smith version. Okay, yeah, man. My older daughter called me. We was watching I was watching Godfather Harlem, and I kept telling her about it. She started watching, and she texted me one night. She was binge watching. And I felt like I was binge watching too, because she was texting me everything that was happening. She said, why does Muhammad Ali why did he talk like that? Was he slow? I said, no, man. I promise, man. She said that at the time. I said, no, man. Back then, everything rhymed, you know. It was in the 70s, you know, like give me 5 on the black hair side, you know. Everything rhymed back then. Well, they made it rhyme, you know. So, you know, I float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I'm a bee cat, or whatever they do. That Sonny listed in 3 or something. You know, he had to rhyme, man. My daughter thought he was slow, man. All right, David say if you use it 20 times or more, you get 25% more points, and it's 3% on gas, dining, groceries, and utilities. And this the bread card. Okay. So, okay, it is like the everyday card. I got to use 20 times or more, and I get 25% more points. That's better because I want to say 20 times on the everyday card, you only get 20% more points. And on the everyday preferred, you get 50% more points, but you have to use it 30 times. Okay. All right. And utilities. Okay. Okay, man. Y'all noticing, I don't know if y'all peeping game, but a lot more people are, stay tuned because the video I'm going to do tomorrow, I'm going to record it tomorrow. Who knows when I'm going to finish the whole process, the rate I've been going. But Chase is doing something that I'm finding very interesting. I notice they're starting to look at utilities. I'll leave it at that. So, y'all, we got Will Smith, Muhammad Ali. Man, I need me a big one. I'm going to have to find me a hat now, Muhammad Ali hat. Hell, I said I was going to do that, man. Just start talking like they talk in the 70s. I think that might put the cherry on top. Because right now I'm trying everything else so people won't bother me when I don't want to be bothered, and it ain't working. So maybe if I start talking like I'm gonna get you sucker, I don't even say I'm gonna get you sucker. Gotta put SUCKA. Like, you know, what it is, what it was, what it's gonna be. You know, something crazy. Well, don't nobody know what the hell I'm talking about, but you and the people that was born and living through the 70s, you know. Give me some skin and all that. They don't know what the hell you talking about. And then this might solidify nobody messing with me when I don't want to be messed with. Now, let me be in my favorite place, Kroger. Like today, y'all, I couldn't find the peanut butter bars. I'm telling y'all, this stuff be happening to me, man. I found the high was the Keeblers or whatever they were for $3. But it didn't make sense because the Kroger was 2 for $4. Now, I ain't no mathematician, but I'm getting double the bars for $1 more. But I couldn't find them. And not only could I not find the wafers, I couldn't find no damn body that worked at Kroger to find the wafers. So I'm just walking up and down over here. I'm sure if I didn't go there every day, I looked suspicious, but they knew me. But I ain't see nobody that knew me. Now, let me be there a day when I don't need no help. Let's just say I'm going to get some water. It's about 4 hours. Let's say water. Everybody and their mama want, hey, sir, you need some help. No, I'm just getting some water. Sir, you need some help. No, I'm just getting some water. Just tripping, man. I'm just tripping. I'm so tired of things. All right, man. So y'all got anything for me? Because I'm about to raise up, baby. About to raise up out of here, man. It's been fun, though. I may watch Muhammad Ali tonight. I don't know yet. Yeah, I need to get off Tubi, man. Tubi's something else. I finally found a movie that was normal. Well, pretty much normal. Anybody watch Tubi other than me, man? I think it's the best channel on TV today. Actually, I think it's the worst because you say it's the best. They may start charging. Anyway, y'all, I'm about to raise up. Like Fanny says, bedtime. I want to thank all the viewers, the subscribers, the people that thinking about subscribing but ain't quite sure, the people that go subscribe when their credit gets straight. Well, I wouldn't wait till then. I'd start now because you probably get it straight quicker by tapping in here. I want to thank all the channel members. Just want to thank everybody, man, for being here. Without y'all, there would be a ride, but without y'all, there would not be a Points Blank Travel. So from the bottom of my heart, I thank each and every one of y'all. Do me a favor, if you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, that select all. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, blow on it, kiss it. I don't care what you do to it. Make sure you change colors. Share the channel out, man. Tell a coworker, tell a friend. Matter of fact, tell somebody that you don't even like, because if they busy watching me, they ain't got time to be messing with you. You know, I'm just being real with you. So also the other channels, let's talk about the Points Blank Network real quick. I haven't used the past posts successfully because I have revamped the entire network. Points blank travel, all of them, we're going to definitely be more focused on the viewer experience. Hence, that's why I'm trying to keep these lives shorter. Points blank experience. I have an interview coming up Thursday. I'm not interviewing anyone in 2025 that I've interviewed before. Investing with Rod, we're about 26 subscribers away from 1,000. That channel is really doing well. It's easier to do content on there because the stock market, the crypto market is always moving. Y'all need to check that out, man. Don't get caught slipping on the banana peel, man. I'm telling you, Lisa J. Stocks did a thing yesterday. They're talking about increasing Social Security, but if you made a lot of money and all you're depending on is Social Security to survive, I'm gonna tell you, I wouldn't even call it Social Security. I think it used to be Social Security, but I wouldn't call it that no more. I would officially change the name if I ran the country. Because $2,000 a month, when most of us in here retire, even if we retire tomorrow, is not enough to sustain a normal lifestyle. If that's all you got to depend on, you made a run over to Investing with Rod right now. Watch a couple of videos, subscribe, and see why I'm pushing that channel so much. $2,000 Social Security, it might not cut it, especially if you have a high power lifestyle right now. Now, that's now. Think if you're retiring in 5, 10, 12 years from now, do you really think Social Security is going to keep up with inflation? No, it's not. Let me just not even waste any time. It's not. However, with Social Security, I wouldn't even call it Social Security. I would call it social supplement, because it's supplementing the other things you should have in place. And if you check out Investing with Rod, you're going to learn about the 401ks that you still may have time to get. You're going to learn about the IRAs, the individual retirement accounts that you still have time to get. You're going to learn about investing on a budget with $5 or $10 and watching your money grow. And you, me, all of us are going to be in a position we're not going to be worried about Social Security. We're going to want our money because we done put into it for years, but we ain't worried about it because it's not our only option. We have several other options. Check out Investing with Rod, man. The channel speaks for itself, but I'm telling you right now, I was involuntarily retired. I think that's how I want to see it. Thank God I made the moves I made when I made them. Thank God I made a change. This is the last thing I'm going to say. I'm going to raise up. Ain't going to be no music. Ain't going to be no outros. I'm just going to hit this little end stream button. Thank God I grew up. That's what happened to Rod. I grew up. I matured. What I mean when I say that, I got rid of misunderstanding necessities and wants. What I thought was a necessity, I realized it was something I wanted. I didn't necessarily need it. And once I got to that point and started putting some of that stuff to the side that I didn't really need and taking that money to invest, I haven't worked in 2 years. 2 years this month, June 1st, 2023. I voluntarily retired. But I was in a position where I felt comfortable. I don't like spending my money. But I'm not worried. Not yet, anyway. Might get there, but I ain't worried yet. All right, y'all, let's see what we got here. Due to my credit limit increases, all my FICO scores are over 750. Speaking of FICO scores, I'm waiting back. I had a partnership with FICO, and they switched companies, so I'm having to redo everything, man. And hopefully I should hear from them next day or two. If so, I'll make a public service announcement. With that being said, as always, shoot for the moon. If you don't make it, you'll be amongst the stars. Remember, you could have a family, you could have a bunch of cousins, you could have a bunch of friends, but at the end of the day, it starts with you. It starts with you. I'm gonna let you fill out the rest of that. It starts with you, ... Whether it starts with you for being prepared in the job market, whether it starts with you being prepared for retirement, because I can tell you, it ain't too many people that I know that's telling Rod what their retirement plans are now, how they're working toward retirement. Either when we get there, if I'm blessed enough to get there, I'm going to see them kicking it, or I'm going to see them barely making it. It may not be nothing in between. Just remember, it starts with you. With that being said, much love, y'all. And as always, I holla. Peace, man. See y'all soon. Much love.